Hello everyone and welcome back to Meta Tarot. I am back with just an energy check-in. I already posted the Lionsgate portal message that I uploaded earlier on today, and I wanted to come back with a less specific reading, more of an open general reading to see what messages Spirit had to offer us. I will say, for the first time in years, and this is the first time ever, I've been called to use my messages from the Rose Oracle deck to provide some messages at the start of this tarot reading. So I have already gone ahead and said the appropriate prayers, both for myself and for this reading. And I'm asking that you take all of the message that are given in the light and in the love that we hope that you receive it. Now, with that being said, let's get to the messages and see if there's any more new information that Spirit wants to give us about today or leading into this new week. So, messages of the Rose. What messages do you have for the general collective? Holy Spirit, what messages do you have from the Rose for the general collective? That's 2, okay. What messages do you have from the Rose for the general collective, Spirit? Okay. So we have 3 messages here from Spirit on behalf of the messages of the Rose. The first message is, it's okay to make mistakes, you know. These are events by which you grow. When remorse or regret fill your heart and mind, when past memories of sorrow are all you can find, allow forgiveness to fill you with divine peace from above. Remember that healing always starts with compassion and love. The next message from the Rose on behalf of Spirit. To walk beneath the bright blue sky, to spread your wings and begin to fly, to take a chance on something new. These are the opportunities that still await you. So gently unlock the golden door of your cage as you move into the present and begin a new stage. And the last message on behalf of Spirit from the Rose. You have entered a time of inner peace and quiet reflection. This is an opportunity to re-establish that strong inner connection. We urge you to become like the eagle as you review your recent journey from above. All things are more easily understood when viewed with compassion and love. You are still, in truth, the sum of all your experiences along the way, as each event brings a subtle wisdom suited to your soul's own divine ray. Wow. So, these are some beautiful messages from the Rose on behalf of Spirit. And what the Rose, which is Spirit, is saying, that whatever mistakes it is that you feel that you have made, whatever it is that you are currently moving through right now, it's okay. It's okay to acknowledge. It's okay to acknowledge your mistakes. And that these mistakes can be healed. But you have to take a chance. You have to have faith. And again, I'm hearing, you've got to do the work. Sometimes this means going inwards. So that might mean meditation, yoga, taking more time for introspection and solitude by yourself, giving yourself the opportunity to come into a place of stillness where you're able to look at whatever it is that is being placed in front of you so that you are able, I'm hearing, to deal with it correctly and appropriately and in the right time. But Spirit is saying, maybe some of you feel that these mistakes that you made, that there's no way to come back from them, that there's nothing that you can do. I can tell you, particularly with the Lionsgate portal energy that we're in today, that's very far from the truth. We are still the divine architects of our life. We can change this. But changing it means, A, we have to accept what has happened instead of holding it in our hearts as remorse, as sorrow, as regret. As the Buddha says, holding these emotions inside of you is like drinking poison slowly, right? You're killing yourself. You're diminishing your light. You're destroying your spirit. So you have to have the trust. You have to believe that you are able to spread your wings, that you are able to find the strength to take a chance on something new that allows you to fly above all this so that you can enter a new stage of being. You can become who you are supposed to be. This feels all about authenticity as well. So maybe some of you, General Collective, you have not been walking in your authentic self. And you haven't been walking in your authentic self for a while. But Spirit, the Rose, is saying, look, it's not over yet. You still have the ability to change this, to manifest something new, to spread your wings so that you can achieve that flight. You can look at things from an eagle's eye view. You can see everything clearly in order for you to help reestablish that connection within yourself. And I feel, some of you have become disconnected from yourself. And that might be through some of the choices you've made, through some of the things you've done, maybe the people you know, maybe who you've become. However, again, this resonates with you, right? Just know that you are not unforgivable. You are not unredeemable. You have to believe that you can do better, no matter what the situation is, and that you just want to do better. And even having that energy, just wanting to do better, is going to help channel you into the right direction and onto that road of self-discovery, onto that road of self, so that you are able to just simply become authentic, to step into your authentic self, to establish your inner connection, to learn, not from the mistakes of your past, but from the lessons of your past, so you can simply do better. So that is the messages from the Rose, the Oracle cards. I'm actually going to leave that out. I think that's really good energy to, start this reading off with, because if you're feeling today like things are without hope, maybe there's a situation that you're involved in or that you know of where you feel like, how am I going to come back from this? Spirit's saying, okay, you made the mistake, but it's about how now you choose to act from that, how you choose to learn from it, how you choose to let go, and how you choose to forgive, whether it's forgiving yourself or forgiving others. Again, take the energy only as it resonates. But I was also drawn to use the Tower of the Divine, and I haven't used this deck in a long time either. And I cannot help the feel of the decks right now, the energy. Because the messages of the Rose is messages from Spirit. And the Tower of the Divine is messages from the Divine. So I'm definitely feeling that there is a higher power, a higher energy that is absolutely talking right now through this tarot reading, right? And again, my hands are burning hot. So I'm aware there is a light being. Thank you, Spirit. There is a light being that is present right now. who is trying to bring some peace, some hope to some of your hearts. Because I don't know if you can see this. You see the dove of peace that's superimposed in the background? I feel that some of you are just looking for peace. You're either coming out of or acknowledging a very, very difficult time that either you or someone that you are close to is involved in. Because I do feel a lot of regret. I do feel a lot of remorse. But Spirit's saying, that's okay. You can turn those emotions, those energies into memories by focusing on forgiveness, on letting go, by opening yourself up to compassion, as cheesy as it sounds, to compassion and with love, so that you can be in the present and help to manifest a new stage for the future, right? Holy Spirit, do you have any more messages to offer the general collective surrounding this read? Thank you, Spirit. Do you have any more messages for the general collective surrounding this read? Thank you, Spirit. Do you have any more messages that you'd like to share surrounding? Thank you. And notice 2 cards fell face down, 1 card fell face up. So I feel that the overall energy, 11:33 on the clock, is surrounding a King of Wands energy. Now again, you can flip the energies as they resonate. This does not have to be a man. A woman can very well embody the energies of a King of Wands. They wanted me to show you this card first. This card is also related to the fire signs. So maybe you or the person you are dealing with is a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries. But it's funny, it's almost as if the sun is radiating heat. I'm holding it and it feels as if the sun itself is radiating heat. And I'm hearing change, transformation. These are peacock feathers, and peacocks traditionally represent change. So Spirit wanted me to show you this first. The energy right now seems to be surrounding a King of Wands energy. Again, you can switch the genders however it resonates. Potentially a Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries. Why did you have me go for that middle card, Spirit? Right. Eventually issues have to be confronted. This is the 2 of Swords. This is a stalemate. This is the calm before the storm. This King of Wands energy is in a stalemate right now. Because crossing the 2 of Swords, we have the 10 of Wands. Just look at the images, particularly the image portrayed on the 10 of Wands. Whatever this King of Wands energy is experiencing right now, whatever they are moving through, it is weighing heavily, heavily on their minds. Oh. There's a story behind this card that they're having me replay in my head. The story behind this card, that there was a father who lost his daughter. And he searched all over the world looking for his daughter, tracking her, trying to find her. But he never did. And the story goes, if I'm remembering it correctly, that one day he sat down and he felt this immense feeling of peace and that it was okay to let go. And he passed away gently and quietly in the knowledge that whatever happened to his daughter, he would be reunited with her again. But in memory of his search, where he passed away, a seed a root began to take hold in the earth, and this tree, this plant, I can't remember the name of the tree because it comes from a particular country, grew up through his skull. And just apparently it flowers every day throughout the year, this beautiful flowers. And the flowers themselves look like the skull of the father. I know it's a very unusual story to repeat here, but I feel like someone has to let something go. Someone is holding on to knowledge about something that has burdened them, that is weighing heavily on them for a long time. But in order for this burden, for this weight to be released from their mind, they have to let it go. They have to allow it to die in order for it to be transformed. Wow. In order for it to be transformed into something new, into something maybe even better. But I feel very strongly that whatever this King of Wands energy is holding on to right now, is keeping up in their head, recognizes that mentally, right, because we've got the swords, it could even maybe even involve Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini, because swords are also indicative of the suit of air. So maybe this is a fire sign that's involved with an air sign, or an air sign that's involved with a fire sign. Again, you can flip the energies, the genders, however it resonates. But someone, there is a King of Wands energy that is in a stalemate. I'm hearing trapped, trying to make a decision over something that occurred that is weighing heavily on their mind, heavily on their mind. This King of Wands knows that he made a mistake, because even where the cards fell in clarification of the messages of the rose, right? This King of Wands knows that he's made some type of mistake, because they've asked me to hold the two together. So if you're resonating with this King of Wands energy, or if you know who this King of Wands energy is, male or female, Spirit's saying, okay, you made the mistake, but these are the events by which you grow. You gotta begin to heal. And maybe healing begins with telling the truth, or simply maybe even just acknowledging whatever role you may or may not have played in whatever it is that has happened. Because again, no coincidence, right? The Two of Swords is paired off with, you know, taking a chance on something new, right? Beginning a new stage, opening the door of whatever cage you've imprisoned yourself in. So this has definitely kept you trapped in your mind as well as in your head, right? That's why you're being called to meditate within this card, to go within, to find your peace. 1818 on the clock. Because whatever this situation is that you found yourself in, General Collective, it is weighing heavily on your mind. I feel like there's a problem with you admitting or saying the truth. Yeah. Please clarify the Two of Swords. Spirit, please clarify the Two of Swords. What does the Two of Swords mean? Whoa. Wow. Whoa. I kind of feel that, yeah, this is like a continuation of at least the last two messages. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Swords. Someone was trying to get away with something. Someone was behaving behind the scenes, undercover. Someone was lying, was being deceitful. They say there's no smoke without fire. So this wolf, and even notice the shadow that this wolf is leaving, right? Someone lit a fire and then tried to sneak away, right? They're trying to hold the evidence of what they did in their mouths, but I'm feeling like, whether this is you, General Collective, or the person that you're dealing with who's in this King of Wands energy, they've left evidence behind. Someone has dropped the ball. whatever it is that they try to escape from, whatever it is that they were involved in, because this wolf is trying to leave something behind and hoping that they won't get caught. But again, there's smoke. You can see the smoke in the distance. So you know that whomever this energy is, and again, it's a fire sign card as well, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Whomever that energy is, they lit some type of fire and then took off. But in taking off 2023 on the clock, they've left evidence behind, whether it's people, whether it's actions, receipts, paperwork, however it resonates. Again, someone has been caught doing something deceitful, doing something underhanded. Someone has been caught. That is the overall energy. And it appears it's this King of Wands. The King of Wands is covered by the Three of Swords. This is disappointment. This is separation. This is bad news. News that brings pain to the heart. And it feels that this news came in really quickly and being drawn to the lightning bolts. So it feels that this news, this information, 21:22 on the clock, came in really fast, and it was relayed by someone. Someone spoke to a King of Wands energy or relayed some type of communication to them that has caused great heartache, great pain, right? And it's surrounding something that was occurring deceptively behind someone's back. But I'm hearing again, where there's smoke, there's fire. This person did not put the fire out. They tried to sneak away. They lit the fire, hid the matches, and then ran away from the scene of the crime. This person's been caught because, again, I'm drawing to the daggers, right? And I feel those might have been daggers used to stab people in the back. Ouch. Used to stab people in the back. Whatever was done deceitfully, 22:22 on the clock, it hurt a number of people. It hurt a number of people. But I'm being told where there's smoke, there's definitely fire. So I don't know whether it's you, General Collective, or the person that you're dealing with, but there's been some type of communication, 22:44 on the clock, that has brought great sorrow, great pain, surrounding either a King of Wands energy, again, male or female, flip the energies how it resonates, but there's been some type of hard, painful truth that has come in. When I asked to clarify the Two of Swords, up came the Eight of Pentacles. This is surrounding money. Again, we have this issue with money. Someone came in, I'm hearing this really good. Someone came in as maybe they presented themselves as knowing something, capable of doing something, skillful in something. Someone presented them as someone who was knowledgeable. Thank you, Spirit. Someone who was knowledgeable. So maybe someone approached you with some type of business deal, some type of idea, that 23:44 on the clock, that made you feel that this individual understood and knew what they were doing. Eight of Pentacles. Something has been called 23:55 on the clock. Something's been called into question with that. There's a stalemate here. There's a Two of Swords. I don't feel that whoever this Eight of Pentacles is, they promised some type of new start. They promised a new stage of life to whomever they made this offer to. That hasn't happened. It hasn't happened, and it does surround this Three of Swords news that came in, and around some deceptive behavior where I'm hearing people were backstabbed. So this wasn't just an endeavor against one person. Someone, or maybe a group of people, set a fire somewhere and then ran. But there's evidence. They left evidence because the smoke can still be seen in the distance. Clearly the fire is still going. even though this person has attempted to flee the scene, I'm going to say flee the scene, the fire is still going because the smoke is still visible. And whatever it was that they tried to take with them by way of evidence, it's been discovered. They weren't able to, oh, thank you, Spirit. They were not able to cover their tracks. They've been caught, which is why you or the person that you're dealing with is in a stalemate. Whatever this person told you, however they bamboozled you with their money, with whatever expertise or skills it is that they said that they had, it was a lie. They were being deceptive. They were being absolutely deceptive. And, obviously it just feels as if it was to do with money. They had whatever skills, 2544 on the clock, that they presented to this King of Wands fire sign energy that has brought him or she, again, there's great sorrow because clearly now they know the truth today. People are telling them and the news is not good. And the news is coming in quickly with those lightning bolts. Because I also feel for whomever this energy is, this King of Wands, male or female, it's almost like a tower moment with what they're discovering. It's almost like a tower moment. And it's put them in this stalemate. Either you or the person 2626 that you're dealing with, they're in a stalemate. The truth is out. Whomever this person was being absolutely deceptive. Whoever was masquerading as, I don't know, they were pretending to be something that they weren't. They lit, wow, I'm hearing they lit many fires. This person lit many fires and took off. Took off. Like a thief. I'm hearing thief. Thief. So maybe this person left with money as well. Maybe this person stole from you. Maybe this, if this is business, maybe this was a deal gone bad. Maybe everything, wow, went up in flames. Whatever this business idea was, whatever this proposition was, it feels like it's gone up in flames. And it is because of some deception, some lying, some backhandedness that was going on behind the scenes. Again, this has been a frequent theme. A frequent theme in the tarot card readings these last few days. Because whatever it is that's weighing on this person's mind, this skull, because they're pointing to the skull, this guilt, this feeling of weight, heaviness on the mind. It's surrounding it again. It's surrounding a group. It's surrounding a Three of Cups situation. So whether this is a group of friends, a family maybe, a work environment, it was a place where 3 or more people came together. This also indicates some type of celebration. So maybe it was a party, a wedding, a christening, again, a festival even. Ooh, interesting, a festival even. I know that didn't happen by accident because nothing ever does with tarot. But however this is playing out for you, however you're resonating with this reading, something happened surrounding a coming together of a group of people. Again, it could have been friends, it could be work colleagues, it could be family, but this coming together has now become a burden on this person's mind because of the outcome. Whatever this coming together was, this celebration, it was deceptive. There were things clearly that were going on behind this that maybe General Collective you saw and were aware of, or maybe you didn't see and weren't aware of, or maybe you saw it but told yourself otherwise. Whatever the situation is, this King of Staves energy, this King of Wands, is now in deep regret. He's received some heartbreaking news. He's hearing it from other people, And he's having realization after realization after realization about what was going on in the background, about all these fires that were being set by whomever this Eight of Coins individual is, and how this person was deceptively leaving the scene, right? They were fleeing the scene. They were stalling all of these fires, and I'm hearing it's with different people. It was with no one person. They were stalling all of these different fires. And this King of Staves is filled with regret. He's filled with regret. Because whatever it was that was occurring during these Three of Cups celebrations, where this person, again, I feel like this person presented themselves or offered something. This is Pentacles. It's to do with money. But I'm feeling that it was also a painful sacrifice, because the story behind this card in this deck, because it's all based on folklore from around the world. This young lady's brothers, she had 8 brothers who were kidnapped by a witch. And the witch said, in order for you to free your brothers, you have to make 8 coats out of stinging nettles for each of them to place on top of them in order to make them human again. And the sister did that. Through her hard work, through her determination, through her perseverance, through her love, she created these coats of nettles to place on top of these swans, and she transformed her brothers back into humans. I feel here, though, whatever was being offered, it's nothing but stinging nettles. There's nothing to transform. There's nothing to build from. And you've been left with a mass of nettles. They're stinging your hands. You're trying to release yourself from whatever job that you took on, whatever you thought that was going to bring in these pentacles has turned into something painful. Thank you, Spirit. That was the meaning of that, because it's like, where are we going with this? Whatever this Eight of Pentacles is, it's become something painful. It's become something painful, General Collective. And again, if you are this King of Wands energy, you've gotten your cold, hard dose of truth about some deception that was going on. Fires, I'm hearing fires that were being deliberately lit, where the person was just fleeing the scene and leaving everyone else to put these fires out, leaving everyone else to deal with the repercussions, while they either played victim or acted as if they knew nothing about it. Whomever this individual is, if you're resonating with this, they are truly a wolf in sheep's clothing. And if you understand this reading, you are aware that you have a wolf in sheep's clothing in your inner circle, who clearly you knew very well. You partied with this person, you celebrated with this person, you knew this person, and now the truth of this individual has been revealed. The truth is this individual and their behavior and the fires that they were deliberately setting. For some of you, General Collective, or the person that you're dealing with, it's weighing heavily on their mind right now. Heavily on their mind. Because they recognize they're also responsible. Whatever it was that they engaged in with this energy, with whomever this fake Eight of Pentacles is, I'm feeling like they're receiving the karma for it too. This King of Wands, he's been called to action. He's been called to action. There's a stalemate. But again, the truth is out. The truth is out. Wow. Do you have any more messages, Spirit, surrounding this reading? Do you have any more messages surrounding this reading? What is going on with this King of Staves right now? What is going on with this King of Staves energy right now? Wow. The Death card. Complete change, transformation, endings. Also represented by the sign of Scorpio. Things are dying in this King of Staves life right now. I'm hearing in their community as well. Things have to die. This is not a negative card, because the Death card is a card of rebirth. And in order, I feel, for this King of Staves to come out of whatever situation he or she have found themselves in, it's going to require a complete death, a complete renewal, in order to rebirth themselves, to come further fully into their authentic selves, which again makes sense why at the beginning of this reading the messages of the rose were as they were, because I feel like these three cards literally amount to the Death card in one. This is acknowledging your journey, right? This is acknowledging that there are some things maybe on your path or in your journey that you need to let go of, you need to release, that you need to allow to die. This new life, this rebirth, is not possible until you go through the process of death, of transformation. And I feel that this is where this King of Staves is in a stalemate, and why things feel so painful and so hard right now, based on the news, the information that he's receiving that brings truth to a matter surrounding someone, again, presented themselves as an Eight of Pentacles, offering, again, I feel like it might have been business, right? Some type of business deal that went wrong, but someone was being horribly deceptive. Someone was lighting fires and fleeing the scene, deliberately causing disruptions in other people's lives in order to control some type of narrative. That's interesting. Some type of narrative, presented themselves as something that they weren't during this interaction. So I do feel again that whatever happened with this King of Wands energy, it happened in some type of celebratory environment. Again, you know, it could be involving the workplace, the family, friends, social circle. But someone came to them and made some type of deal. They just weren't honest. Wow. The bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Karma, 3844 on the clock. The Wheel of Karma has turned. There is a lot of arguing and fighting going on right now amongst a group of people. This is very, very clear. So maybe this is a situation involving family, involving friends, community, a social circle, work. But whatever it is, whatever fires this person lit, it affected a lot of people, and it turned the Wheel of Karma. And this, with it coming alongside this card, it didn't turn it for the better. There are groups of people fighting right now over whatever it is this news or information is. And again, the stalemate that it has created surrounding whomever this Seven of Swords energy is, this sneaky, deceptive individual people that was, again, going around and starting these fires, right? And then fleeing the scene. But I'm going to say, General Collective, they've been caught. They've been caught. Okay? And if you know who this King of Wands energy is, they've been called to take action surrounding this. They've been called to do something. They've been given the news. People are talking to them. So Spirit's saying very clear, you know the truth. Now it's up to you to make it right. And this is going to involve acknowledging there was some serious mistakes, obviously, that was made surrounding whatever happened with these third parties. I'm going to call it as it is, with these third parties that turned out to be deceptive, who are now fighting amongst each other. And has caused a huge shift in karma for a King of Wands energy, male or female. Someone is hearing the truth about what was going on. Karma has turned, and they're in a stalemate right now. So General Collective, if it's you that's in that stalemate, you know, Spirit's saying, acknowledge what happened. It's okay to admit that you might have messed up. Or maybe the person that you're dealing with, they might have messed up. But it's about what you do now. Is this person going to continue this energy to light fires, 41:55 on the clock, and to flee the scene? Because again, I feel, General Collective, you know who this person is. They've gotten careless too. Wow. I feel like this person has been doing it for a very, very long time, and maybe to a myriad of different people. This person could have been doing things for years and people not realized, because with the Seven of Swords, again, this is a deceptive card. So this is someone who is, wow, this is someone who's used to doing things in the dark. They're comfortable, 42:33 on the clock. They're comfortable doing things in the dark. And they've gotten used to starting these fires and getting away with it as well. They've left deliberately. They've deliberately left other people to pull out the fires that they've started, to deal with the to deal with the chaos that they create. But I'm honestly feeling that in some ways they've somehow profited from it. They found a way to profit from all the fires that they started and ran away from. And I feel that this is how they approached this King of Wands, this King of Wands energy. And it's all backfired. It's all backfired because now everyone in this group, family, community, again, however you want to resonate with this, they're all fighting. I feel that all of these third parties have now turned on each other. I'm hearing blaming, a lot of finger pointing as well. 43:44 on the clock. So General Collective, you know, if this message resonates with you today, maybe you're this King of Wands energy, maybe you know who this King of Wands energy is, but he's got the truth. Again, surrounding some third parties that he became involved in, where everyone is now fighting because the truth is now out surrounding the actions of someone who is deceptive, who is sneaky, who lied, who was setting fires. Wow, they're just so strong with that. Setting fires and fleeing the scene. And again, you know that saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. And look at even how they're looking back to make sure that they're not being followed. They're checking to make sure they're not being followed. 44:44 on the clock. So this person was used to covering their tracks. They were used to using other people. Wow. They were used to using other people, 44, 55 on the clock, to cover their tracks because they had just gotten away with what they had been doing for so long, which is why I feel that this news is incredibly hurtful. Well, and why this fighting is occurring amongst everyone that's involved. This person lit a lot of fires, and everyone is arguing, upset, pointing fingers. But again, if you are this King of Wands energy whose fortune, whose karma has now been completely altered because of this, look at this, the Moon card, deception. And it's because of deception. And again, the Magician, I could keep going. Someone was manipulated. There was absolute deceit, deception, manipulation, so much so that the wheel of karma has stopped turning. And I'm hearing not just for this King of Wands energy, male or female, but also, wow, also for these individuals that were involved in these three-party scenarios who are now fighting amongst each other, blaming each other, pointing the finger at each other. This is a very 46:22 on the clock. This is probably the longest reading I have ever done. But wow, there are people arguing and fighting over whatever happened within this group, community, family, friendship circle. But I'm reading it as just as a group of three-party people. I don't think these people had any loyalties towards each other, let alone themselves. And maybe this is why this Five of Staves is there. This is why they're fighting amongst themselves. I feel it was, wow, everyone was just all for themselves. Everyone is all for themselves. Yeah, Janus, the two-faced god. A choice was made and it wasn't the right choice, Two of Wands. But I don't know, I feel Gemini here, right? Someone was being two-faced in order to fulfill a selfish wish. And now they're having tower moment after tower moment after tower moment about the real truth of their situation. And again, you know, I'm being told this information is still coming in surrounding this person's deceptive behavior, what they've been doing, how they've been doing it. They have been setting fires everywhere, and fleeing the scene. And people are talking, the news is traveling. Okay, General Collective? So I am going to end this reading here. My God, we're almost at 50 minutes. I really hope the messages made sense to you. I am sending you all the love and light today. I'll be back later on this week with some more readings. Until then, much love and light to you. Namaste.